Hello everyone, I'm Mentom64.
And I'm Tanner of the North.
And welcome to the Hellfire Columns playthrough of God of War 2018. We're going to be playing the PS5 update of the game, which gives you lovely, nice and spiffy 60 FPS, along with a few other things, such as like faster loading and whatnot. And now you may remember that I started this game with Mexican Base Monkey, good old MBM, but due to like a number of issues like scheduling problems and technical problems, we decided to drop it. But I really wanted to come back to the game and finish it, so I figured, hey, I'll grab Tanner and we'll have a good old time with Dad of Boy here. So let's get on into it.
Yeah, and it makes sense because we mustn't be too far away from the already announced sequel, so it'd be a nice refresher for those who haven't played this in the 3 years it's been. Oh god, it's been 3 years. This feels super new.
Well, I mean, it's been about 4 years since the Switch came out, so put that into perspective.
Oh, time is terrifying.
Well, if it makes you feel better, the PS5 came out last November, so...
I guess.
Alright, let's check settings before we do anything else here. Would subtitles be under audio or video, do you reckon? There we go, they're on by default. Yeah. That's a good game. Alright, let's begin. I would like a balanced experience, thank you.
From what I've seen, that is the best choice for us seasoned gamers.
Indeed, indeed. So what's your experience with God of War, mate?
So, I initially got God of War through, it came included, the collection of 1 and 2, as well as the PSP versions, with my PlayStation 3 when I got it. They were bundle pack-in games. But because I was a little baby, my parents looked at that and they said, I don't think you should play that. And I said, don't worry, I won't. I'll go sell it. I didn't sell it. I played it in secret.
Oh.
And so I played through, and I played 1 and 2, and I started one of the PSP ones, and I really enjoyed it. Anyone who sort of knows me knows that I am not a fan of Western game design. I find a lot of games made in the West, they just don't feel right to me. But, and I've actually played this one, I did a quick look of this on my channel too. I've noticed that the God of War games, they definitely have the spiffiness in feeling that I like from Japanese games. So I actually greatly enjoyed my experience with that. Never played 3, which definitely, you know, is an important thing for the story considering where we are now. But,
yeah, very much so.
I know what happens pretty much.
The funniest thing about all of that is I wasn't asking you about your experience with the franchise, I simply meant this game.
Oh, well, that's the problem with naming, you know, rebooting your game title, which I actually hate. As for this game, I did a quick look of this where for my podcast, where my friend and I exchange games, and he gave me this to look at. So I played about 3 hours of it on regular difficulty there, and yeah, like it was. I played through, and I was like, nope, this is my fears of it being The Last of Us. Was not a thing. It's I enjoy what they do with this game.
Good. Hey, PS5 tech allows things to fall off trees.
PS5 upgrade that this got, I have a list here of what it included. The big thing is that this game on the PS5 will actually run at 60 and 4K, whereas on the PS4 Pro, it only hovered at about 40 to 50 frames per second. It wasn't consistent, and it was only able to do that at 1080. So you get both the resolution as well as the spiffy frame rate, which for an action game is very important.
So, as you can see, there is Dad, but there is also Boy in this game. Yes, even someone as, well, psychotic, shall we say, as Kratos can find love and start a family, which just gives hope to a lot of us, you know?
You know, it's important to remember that in God of War 1, it starts with him with a wife and child. And then, of course, he's like, yo, Ares, give me the good juice. And he's like, Ares is like, all right, guess I will. hope you don't accidentally kill your family.
Uh-oh.
And then, you know, Kratos, accidentally kills his family. And now he's literally wearing them in the form of their ashes across his skin.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell since we're in a very whited environment now, but he's not just pale. He is from, Greece and whatnot.
Though I bet you, being here, it's a lot easier to fit in with the locals, having this as your color scheme, not a nice olive-colored Greek, where we can fit in with the Nordic people here.
So how do you like your Norse mythology, mate, compared to the other major mythologies?
Okay, so, I was super, super into Greek when I was a kid because my favorite book series was the Percy Jackson books, and I loved, Hercules, the movie, and, Greek really, really got its time in the sun, and I loved it a lot. But as of pretty recent, around when this game came out, I started to notice a lot more about the Norse mythology being referenced in different media, and I really didn't know about it much, if at all. But as time has gone on, I've found it to be really cool. The idea of, the multiple realms, their own types of gods. The Thor and Loki and all that's cool, but even some of the more subtle ones are still really cool. I find the monsters to be super cool.
Oh, yeah.
It is a thing that as time went on, I went from, oh man, I only care about the Greek mythology to, no, never mind, they're all kind of cool, and Norse has some dope concepts that I love.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father.
Kind of starting off the game on a melancholic note here. Kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Do they call to me?
Very different tone to the beginning of the original God of War, where you're on a ship and you're fighting a Hydra and you have sex with women in a QTE event. Quite a different tone from that. And in fact, I would say in general, this game feels almost like a maturing of that tone from the originals, where you'll still have some kind of edgy action game stuff, but at the same time you have these actual really heartfelt moments that are incredibly cinematic.
Kind of goes for a single cut throughout the entire game as well, if I recall correctly.
Yes, that is a cool thing. I think there's only one moment that cuts away from Kratos' perspective. I remember seeing it and being like, because once it was pointed out that you pretty much are always seeing Kratos, right? Or he's just slightly off screen. I think there's one moment where it's not, but otherwise, you have a front-to-back cinematic experience of seeing, a new part of his life.
You are free.
Oh, wonderful music by Bear McCreary in this game.
It's an all-star cast altogether, from the people who worked on it to the voice talent, really everyone there. They really worked hard to make it. This was a big game, right? This was kind of the last really big thing for the PS4, so they went all out for it for sure.
I remember the reveal, actually. I forget which E3 it was, actually. I think it might have been 2016. I'm not sure. But yeah, everyone kind of went nuts at Kratos coming out of the shadows.
With a beard. Everyone went, yep, that's good. That's a good character design addition. We like it.
Well, there's few, designs that can't be improved by giving them a punished look, so to speak.
Oh man, look at Hot Ryu in Street Fighter. Him with the beard looks great.
I kind of prefer his Power Rangers form, but...
Oh yeah, no, that's still the best, you're right.
Dude, it was kind of hot. You brought that on yourself.
I'm sorry.
Let me put some snow on it there.
Squeeze.
It's true. If you get a burn, first thing you do is you want to apply some cold water.
This knife. It was hers. Now it is yours.
Oh yeah, little baby knife.
She taught you to hunt.
What she knew.
Show me.
Now?
Now.
I guess they're not stopping to grieve or anything.
No, it's Kratos is kind of going full bean dad here, where it's like, if you want to eat, you need to get it yourself.
Oh, just look at the lighting reflecting in his eyes.
This game's freaking beautiful. And yet, despite it being like a really beautiful game, it's still stylized, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I dislike going full realism because then it's like, oh, it's just gonna be outdated in a couple years. But like, there's like, look at his face there. It's so good. Oh, I love it.
All right, now we get into gameplay proper. Now, I've got to be perfectly honest with you all, I'm not the best at the combat in this game, so if you see a cut here and there, I'm not trying to, disrespect the creative decisions behind the game. I'm just making the playthrough experience better.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. And I mean, God of War games have always had a bit of a challenge to them. I know the originals there, they were more Devil May Cry style, so, big character action, a lot of fighting there. This one goes for a very different sort of perspective, being this over-the-shoulder, I call it The Last of Us vision, because it's pretty much, like, in-engine a sequel to it. But despite that, it still has those character action ties, so you're gonna get a lot of big air combos and stuff. It's cool.
Hips are too wide. Mountains up?
Your mother taught you well.
Ah, lessons have sunk in, I see.
Yeah.
It is also nice that, Kratos gives credit where credit is due.
Yeah, he's not just like a fucking cunt about the whole thing. I mean, he might have done that back during the Greek period in his life, but,
Times have changed, and he's definitely a bit different. And oh boy, collectibles!
Don't mind me, Atreus, I'm just punching into a chest over here.
I forgot about that. Just him destroying the chest. And it's a nice bit of wood. I look at that and I go, I'd like that in my room. That's a nice little wardrobe.
Yeah, but they're too round. Could be a wild boar.
Good.
Oh, now what?
Oh, bloody hell.
This way, boy.
Not exactly Legend of Zelda. Jump in. You just get near a gap and you press circle.
And, unfortunately, he doesn't have the crazy double jump stuff from the original, where he just kind of straightens out his body in midair and ascends once more.
Majestic. Take a picture of it.
Right? Literally, that was my first thought, too. I've been playing so much Snap, I've been like, oh, yep, take a shot, throw an apple, play some music.
Yes, father.
1 second, boy. I'm exploring this luscious environment. Okay, boy, there was nothing over here. I'm coming.
Food'll come later, but collectibles are forever.
That was someone's grandma's chest. Oh well. Kratos cares not.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get the crazy blood meter as our only form of currency. We are picking up, actual currency to use.
Alright. Hold it to aim.
Wow.
Go.
Do I get that axe back, or was it a one and done sort of thing? Haha, just kidding.
Oh, it's so cool. It's sort of like you look at this and you're like, oh, yeah, who has the most famous weapon that throw and get back? Well, it's Thor with his hammer.
What are you doing? Now his guard is up. Only fire.
Now, interestingly, originally there was going to be an anger meter in the game, I believe, if the E3 demo was to be believed, and I imagine that would, let cutscenes play out differently.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember this exact scene, and then you saw it was either anger or stress or something. Some meter went up there. The story did go through some big changes where they ended up making it a lot more sympathetic. So I could see it where they went, okay, if we're going for a sympathetic story, maybe having a thing where, a mechanic to get trophies, the angrier you are at your son, is probably not the best idea.
You are not ready. Stay back.
Yeah.
As you can see, when you're doing combos there, you can sort of fling them up in the air and juggle them. That's very, like, classic God of War, Devil May Cry sort of stuff, where you get to see, like, yeah, the thing where they're, like, floating in front of you and you're hacking away. That, to me, is, like, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, no, this is still character action. This isn't just a third-person shooter like I was really worried it was gonna be.
Yeah, got me a little shield and whatnot.
Lights and heavies, you know, they are on your shoulder buttons, which is not my favorite buttons for combat, but it was, especially when this came out, Dark Souls was the big thing, and that's what they used in those ones there, so, you know, it was kind of a big one, and also nice parry.
Thank you. I didn't intend it, but I'll take the credit.
I will say I did find myself accidentally parrying quite a bit, because it's just like you're going to want to guard at the end of an animation, and sometimes it's the perfect timing. You get a free parry.
Alright, so Draugr. Huh, okay. So, big old zombambinos of Norse persuasion.
Yeah, I think the closest thing that we use in sort of the English monster terms would be a ghoul.
What is down here?
Here's this way. I can see more tracks.
Deer's that way, but treasure is this way.
It pays to explore a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to 100% the game because I haven't seen 100% of the game. But I'm going to do what I can.
I have watched, like, I've not played through this game fully, but I have watched a full playthrough of it. I don't even remember whose playthrough it was, but I definitely watched someone play through all the way to at least the part where, like, they got to the secret boss, is what I'll say. But other than that, like, that was when this game came out. It's been a little bit. Don't necessarily remember everything.
There we go. Just keep it going, keep it going. That deer is just, it's in a different realm by this point.
You know what, though? It's fine, because there's, deer we can find more. Though it's probably going to stick around, because what's it going to do? Something. It's a deer.
Hey!
Bad Borkers.
Be gone with ye. Ah, you motherfucker! Heal!
Perfect playthrough done. It's over. You got hit. God, those achievements that are like, play through the whole game without getting hit, those are for crazy people.
Yeah, a little bit.
They weren't mean. They were starving.
Yes, I imagine they were.
Oh, you want me to look at Doggo? Rabid Wolf. Look at him.
I like it. I like when they do like hand-drawn art for the bestiaries, because it makes sense in the world of the game. It's like something that someone actually would have, you know, created there. I like that a
No
lot.
longer use it. We can.
I mean, Kratos brings up a good point. You can't take it with you. Unless you're, I don't know, Greek and, you know, they have the fair for Karen on the eyes. I don't know, maybe he was just like being ironic or something. I forgot how you sprint. I think it's L3 or something.
Yeah, Western games, they always put sprint on a clicking in the stick there, which is... I got used to it eventually, but it was never a thing that felt good to me, just because it's like you do it and you can't tell if it really starts or not. It's not as good as pressing a button, it feels like, but people like it, so I'm getting used to it.
Oh, Tanner. Such a weeb.
You play so many games from a certain, you know, developmental viewpoint, and all of a sudden you play something different, you're like, this is not how video games should feel.
You went to the old temple, but Mom told me never to go in there.
We do what we please, boy. No excuses.
Fuck a door, boy. Fuck a door.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a door there, it needs to be opened. Why would we not do that?
Can I have my bow back now?
Can you hit it from here?
We should get closer.
Good answer.
And actually, what Kratos said there about, like, you know, only take the shot when you know you can get it is actually, yeah, that's like what modern hunting basically says. Like, if you're hunting for, you know, moose or deer or elk, which my family does because Canada, you're going to want to get one shot, one kill, because otherwise it's going to be running around, it's going to be scared of you, it could injure other ones, and you don't want that. So yeah, you're going to want to do it one and done, one shot to the heart, that's all you need.
Yeah.
It's silly, but it's cool. Like, it's one of those things that really went into like the design aspect of this game where it takes itself seriously, but unlike, you know, some of the other games, it can also be fun and weird and kind of quirky.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look up the God of War GIFs that they made for development, they recreated all these memes in the God of War engine because that was what they were, you know, doing during development there for fun. And even there's like a photo mode where you can get kind of funny, quirky situations going on. And I like that. It's a nice balance from, you know, I would say there was very little comedy in the original God of Wars, aside from being like, oh, what if for a Switch you had to put a person in a cage and then the Switch killed him? Isn't that funny? It's like, no, not really.
Yo, what's up? Yeah.
It's a generous parry window, which makes you feel like a cool dude.
More Draugr. Ah, so as you encounter more, you get more tips and whatnot.
And it's, if you look, it said there that it was written from the perspective of Atreus, because it says not like father with his axe, so it's like, yep, it's him putting his thoughts in, because yeah, I can't imagine Kratos being anywhere near as verbose.
It's open. He froze it in place. Clever.
Very good.
Actually, a fairly similar mechanic to what we saw then in Spider-Man there with the, you know, shooting the webs to stop stuff there.
Hey.
Nice.
You're just gonna leave Silver on the road, I'm gonna take it.
Where you going?
It's not like nowadays where you see, you know, change on the ground and you don't pick it up because who uses change? Back in this time, it was all change, baby.
What is up here? Atreus just kind of teleports to you.
Just leaps on your back. It's a perfect single motion.
Just trying to be as mindful as possible about stuff.
There are definitely some areas that are one and done, but for the most part, you can actually return to almost all areas of the game. It is not as linear as some of the other God of Wars there, where, you know, it's sort of like there's some areas where you'll never, ever, ever come back to. You do get the ability to, I'm not going to say warp around, but you do get the ability to return to places for sure.
They eat the sun and moon, and then everybody fights?
Interesting.
The Jotnar Shrines. They provide a bit of lore, of legends going on at the time, and they're another collectible. There's a lot of collectibles in this game.
Probably not going to find all of them, but suffice it to say, I imagine the term Ragnarok appears at some point.
Oh, I mean, because the Jotnar Shrines show events of past and future, right? So it's definitely referenced in one of them, because, of course, it's like one of the most famous sort of things from their mythology.
There's something around here, but I'm not entirely sure how to get to it, so let's move on. It's not allowing me to sprint yet, so I don't know when we get there.
Look,
You know what? It might just be because we're in like a story scene with Boy.
Ah, yes.
Mark.
Here is Bow Boy.
Relax. Do not think of it as an animal. It is simply a target. Clear your mind. Feet solid. Step.
I got it.
Good.
Zodius ain't shit, boy. Gen 8 for life.
Unfortunately, you gotta finish the job, because back in this time, one shot isn't always enough to kill, and as a hunter, it is your responsibility to put it out of its suffering.
Your knife. No. Finish what you started.
This is your kill, Atreus. Definitely seeing much more detail in the character models, unless I'm just imagining it.
I can't.
No, I'm seeing that too. Like, I'm looking at this, and even I'm watching in like a slightly, you know, I'm watching through a Discord call, but even then, I'm looking at these models, and I'm like, wow, I think they really upped this for the PS5 version. Now we shall make the hamburgers out of him.
Ah, yes. A fine Rudolph burger this day. That's how I remember from the original playthrough. Just lovely bit of acting there.
Oh, he was so close.
You knife good, boy. Oh, God.
This also was in the trailer, so anyone who watched E3, which was all gamers really, kind of knew what was going to happen.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
Right, defeat that guy. I don't know his name. I'm just going to call him David.
Dalpi Kaupar, which is, I mean, I have no clue how to read those crazy rune letters.
After it. Okay, tell me when to shoot.
Oh, it is Daddy.
Don't call him Daddy.
Dowdy.
Ouch.
This is one of the common sort of mid-boss types, we can say. You'll fight him quite often there.
Oh.
You're generally going to want to just look for if he's going to swing kind of left to right, you want to go back. And if he's kind of swinging vertically down, you're going to dash to the side there. Just kind of following off of what makes sense. I had a bit of trouble with this guy first off here, because I was just like, it's one of those things where you don't expect kind of a difficult boss like this right away. There are like break gauges for the HP there.
I accidentally went to map. It's fine. Oh.
He was just looking to see where he needed to go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's one thing. Boss arenas usually have HP around there for you, which is quite useful.
I suppose I should get used to fighting these dudes, because I'm going to be fighting a lot of them.
They are technically like one of the completionist things for you to do, is to fight them all. Phase 2.
Ow.
Backhanded. Yeah, it's pretty much you will want to wait till he's kind of winded or in his cooldown there, and that's when you're going to want to get him. Very touch and go. And actually, one thing I remember them saying is when they were making this game, one of the things that inspired the combat was Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Because in this case, for example, you have Atreus as another target, that is computer controlled that can sort of draw the aggro so you can do some combat, which is quite similar to the feline companions in Monster Hunter there, where it's like, yeah, he's focusing on Atreus now, and, he's invincible. You don't have to worry about him or anything, and while that's going on, go in, do your stuff.
Finishing time, baby!
Thankfully, it's not like the original God of War, where there is an extremely precise QTE you need to do.
Man, this is gonna go great with those Rudolph burgers.
Boy.
Think I'm afraid of you!
Boy, you get no more experience, boy.
You're nothing to me!
Boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
We did it.
You are not ready.
You'd give in to the bloodlust too easily.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
Boy, you need to let your meter fill before you let the rage of the gods flow within you.
Do not go for the cheap wake-ups, my son.
Are not ready.
Thankfully, they just disintegrate, leaving behind nothing but loot.
I am ready.
And loot there is. There is actually like fully randomized loot in this game, which we haven't really got to yet, but we will be getting some crazy, randomized equipment, which is not something I expected from a God of War game, but it's pretty cool. I like it.
Dowdy Kautmadar. Right.
I assumed he was pretty evil. I'm glad we killed him.
Yeah, fuck him.
We did the world a favor.
Now we can sprint. Stunning enemies, eh? Okay.
Yeah, so you can also just, like, straight up punch enemies if you want, and that gives you a different sort of damage to them. Stun damage will result in them being able to be grappled there, as you saw. So, technically, it's like an entirely separate weapon. It's sort of like, how in the original God of War you go between the blades, and then you get the single blade or whatever other weapons you get. Where in this one, at the start, you have axe and just throwing fists.
What is this?
Still can't get the doors open, huh?
Quiet.
You must never know that I am afraid of doors.
See, what they actually did is they just put a mirror in front of that door, and Kratos really doesn't want to look at himself. He's quite self-conscious. So that act alone is enough to make him just not go into those doors.
Man, there's a lot of health around. I don't recall this much when I played it with Mexi.
The game did get updates and balance changes with some of every patch there, so it might be something that they did for the early game to make it be like, maybe they got feedback of, hey, players are like dying in the beginning and then, refunding the game. Let's maybe not do that. Got flame boys now. If you notice, there's that red circle around Kratos when there's multiple enemies there. Very useful for, seeing when an enemy's gonna attack you. As soon as it turns red, get to dodging.
There you go.
What is that?
It's old Jack Frost boy.
Blue enemies are resistant to the axe. That's a good thing we have something better than the axe. That's our fists! Yeah! Brah! These fists are non-elemental.
told you something was different about the forest.
And I told...
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Whatever it was pretty cool. Get it? Because it was frozen.
Silence, boy. Ridiculous notions of comedy.
Back in Greece, comedy was outlawed, especially in Sparta.
Well, mostly in Sparta. You know, comedy was, one of the muses' domains, so...
It's true.
Since when are Drongers so close to the house? And what was that frozen thing that attacked us?
I do not know. Now be silent. We are almost home.
Let us enjoy our victory for once. Just for once, Atreus, that's all I ask.
Father needs a beer and to put his feet up and watch the hockey game.
Oh wait, television won't be invented for many hundreds of years. God damn. As long as one nipple is free, I retain my godlike strength. But when I remove my limiter, and there are two present, oh, let the Norse pantheon quake at the coming of Kratos. This playthrough is fucking clown shoes so far. There's gonna be a lot of this going forward, guys, so I hope you're ready.
Well, and the best part is, as soon as it actually starts to add a bit of comedy to the plot, we're gonna get super serious.
That's how HFC works, really. We're natural-born contrarians. But hey, look on the bright side. You know, you don't have to pay for an extra ticket when you get on the Norse bus anymore.
Aww.
I'm just sad because I don't have a wife in a bag. Nor an axe on the back. Which is ironic, considering, a euphemism for a wife is a battle axe.
Oh yeah, wow, huh.
Just be glad this isn't like Castlevania and he sprinkles the wife's ashes on the axe.
Okay, so I'm gonna be real. As soon as you said that, I went through my memory. I'm like, wait, does that happen in the game? I need to think. do they make the wife become the
He
axe?
was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot. When you...
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Fine.
Then come on, big man.
Come on then.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Invincible episode 1.gif.
Ow! What are you...
Try again.
Just want Kratos to go cross counter, cross counter.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow. Try again.
Oh shit, powered.
Ow!
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again.
See? He's got a point. You let your anger control you.
Your anger. You can get lost in it. The path ahead is difficult. And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
I mean, he's giving the tough love to Atreus here, but he's not like he's wrong per se.
No, he's absolutely coming from a place of compassion and knowing that he went down the path to, killing his wife and daughter originally.
No use hiding anymore. I know who you are.
What's going on? Do you know him?
More importantly, I know what you are.
Boy, beneath the floor. Now.
But you told me never to go down there.
Go down where I hide the Sports Illustrated magazines.
Ah, enjoy them, boy. It is time for you to come of age.
Read the articles like I did.
Yes, like I did.
Tell me what I want to know. No need for this to get bloody.
God, I've seen this scene so many times, and it's still rad, and I love watching people's reactions. This is so good.
I thought you'd be bigger. But you're definitely the one.
5'11" versus 6 foot. Okay, jokes out of the way. We can move on with our lives now.
What do you want?
Oh, you already know the answer to that.
Whatever it is you seek, I do not have it. You should move on.
And here I thought your kind.
Oh, he knows. He's got that worldly knowledge, which is wild in this time.
Judging by what he is, that would make sense.
At this point, we're not supposed to know. We're supposed to be like, who is this fellow?
You do not want this fight.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Oh, that look.
Leave my home.
You are going to have to kill me for that to happen.
Aggravate building.
I warned you.
Finally.
Yeah, buddy.
You would not listen.
Fine. My turn.
Oh, fuck. Shoryuken his ass.
That was a straight up Shoryu. It's so good. This scene is way too anime for what I expected from this. And when I saw this, I'm like, yep, nope, this game good. They know what they're doing. It's good.
Come on, then.
You want some?
Even just seeing the life bar that just says, The Stranger. It's freaking rad.
Come on then.
Look at this quick stepping dude.
I'll take that, thank you.
Just keep trying. Just keep trying. Oh, well, don't do it that time.
I miss my combos. Oh, jeez.
It's a ground wave, which you can't block because it comes from below. You gotta dodge that one.
Nice.
Just the environmental destruction, it's so good.
Not now, Watch Dogs Legion.
It's like, hey, play me. No. We're playing through cool anime fights.
Yeah. Oh my god. The moment I drop my axe, he's like, nah, we're gonna go fucking Super Saiyan style.
So yeah, by this point you go, oh, this dude is probably, you know, at least divine if you don't know who he is. I know some people immediately, as soon as they saw him, they're like, oh, I know who this guy's gonna be. But as I didn't have too much, you know, knowledge of Norse there, I had no clue.
Oh man. Right through the plaque. Conservative. Oh my god!
Oh, it's so good! You know, just going off of, you know, this, I believe he invented the German suplex there.
Get the fuck out.
God, this scene is the best.
It's pretty great.
Slow and old. You should never have come to Midgard.
Wasn't Greece technically Midgard to begin with?
So that's one part that I was a bit confused by.
You talk
I
too much.
will say, when you have multiple, you know, mythologies at the same time, there's some contradictions. Like, yeah, this has always been Midgard, though, right? I mean, I guess what they're saying is you shouldn't have left Mount Olympus, which I guess might be.
It's not quite Brooklyn Rage. Spartan Rage will do.
God. So when people say they want games to be cinematic, this to me is like what I believe a good cinematic game would look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like, yeah, you're still playing it, but there's just so much happening that simultaneously is being played while continuing the story. It's so good. Anyways, yeah, Spartan Rage mechanic, you get the meter, gives you stuff. Basically gives you a I am mad, I hate you button, which is very useful. I think it also gives you HP regen, so if you get that when you're low on HP, it definitely helps there.
Nice, nice, nice. Nope.
What are you hiding?
Yeah, I really hope God of War 2018-2, which is its official title, obviously, has this level of crazy anime stuff, because I look at this and I'm like, yeah, this is like a Fate fight. It's kind of the best.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop a rock on you. That's how we do it in Sparta, baby.
Become a metaphor!
Just in case you forgot that Kratos is indeed a god. Mm-hmm. But Dad is Zeus.
To be fair, in Greece, it's really hard for your dad not to be Zeus. And that extends beyond just humans.
Yep, that's true. Geese, ox, it's all there. Uh-oh.
Zeus saw a very sexy tree once, and he said, yeah, I'm gonna plant my seed.
When Odin sent me here, I just needed answers, but you had to act all proud. Throw whatever you have at me. I'll keep coming. That old body will give out. But before I end this, I want you to know one thing. I can't feel any of this.
Oh, what a line.
Well, this is awkward.
Gotta climb on back out.
Sorry, I just pictured boulders rolling down like in God of War 2, or, I don't know, Super Mario 64.
I mean, basically the same game, really.
It didn't have to be this way.
Peekaboo!
No, you can't use the game mechanics against me!
You can't win. I feel nothing. But you feel everything, yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother. And if you'd given me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended this way. But no. Let's finish this.
Alright, you have to beat some more sense into you.
The fact that his life bar keeps increasing is just so good, too. It's like, you feel that helplessness.
Ah! Ouch. Not cool, man. Not cool.
Unfortunately, you can't combo him for too long, because he will bring out his own counter on you.
Damn, son.
Oof.
I feel nothing.
Like, just looking at how you're fighting here, it almost even looks like a 3D fighting game. Like, it's so good.
He was just like, nope, don't like that.
He himself has his own guard button. Yeah, just getting those counters is so good. Look at him with his donkey kick, his Ryu donkey kick.
We're almost there, lads.
I love that shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to just stop fucking doing that right now. Go to sleep, little baby.
Nice use of some Greek wrestling techniques here. That's was Olympian style ones.
I'd hope that you, of everyone I faced, would finally make me feel something, but you can't.
Oh. Damn, there we go.
You know, if you really wanted to feel something, man, just go watch Your Name. Everyone feels something after watching that.
I feel something. Oh. Oh, you know, substitute that, you could just play new Pokemon Snap and bada bing.
But if he doesn't have the nostalgia, you know, might not as much.
True. We didn't get the N64 in Midgard. We were PlayStation people here. I understand completely.
Do you wonder where all the Sega Saturns went? It was to Midgard!
He knew me. Did he know my past? How did they find me after all this time?
You know, my biggest worry right now is I hope Atreus is treating my Sports Illustrated with a bit of, like, respect and whatnot.
It just comes down, one of them has like a ripped cover. It's like, oh, boy, not Miss July.
It's okay. It's okay, we tank these. Oh, what a shot. So yeah, as I understand, he's immortal, but he's not necessarily invincible.
Yeah, there is a big difference. It's sort of like how, you know, Wolverine will tank battle damage, but you could reduce Wolverine to atoms still. He'll come back eventually, but it'll hurt, and it'll take a while, and he'll be incapacitated.
But we cannot stay here.